U-48 continued her patrol after scuttling a large merchant ship in the North Sea. For some time after the sinking, we would conduct frequent hydrophone checks as there was a lot of traffic in the area. Our hydrophone operator kept hearing unique sounds coming from the north and south of our position. After a while, we deduced that this was a pair of U-boats operating in very close vicinity to U-48. U-48 broke contact and continued on her patrol. The sun set after a quiet evening, that is until the watch crew spotted multiple illumination flares being launched up from a far distance away. Did we stumble across a convoy? Hello everybody, Wolfpack here and welcome back aboard U-48 as we continue our patrol in U-boat. We are patrolling the North Sea and we have spotted multiple illumination flares on the horizon. We also have smoke right in front of us. I can't tell if that's a searchlight. Have we stumbled across a convoy? That is possible. I'm gonna have Wolfgang, I guess I can't order him onto the bridge. Anthony Bloom is up there. Let's take a look at what we are working with real quick. Let's center the Uzo for the time being. And I have searchlights on way out there. That is interesting. We are already rigged for red. Good. So we have a formation of ships right in front of us, some off to the left. Let's take control of Bloom here, leave, and just use the binoculars because they are stabilized. There we go. Maybe a little bit easier to see out of. Maybe not a whole lot better, actually, but just a little bit better. I'm not seeing anything in front of us now. The magnification on the Uzo seems to be helping. Okay, there's all that stuff on the horizon. That is a warship. Corvette. Destroyer. Oh my goodness. Destroyer. This big group of destroyers has detected something. Now, we did encounter a pair of U-boats earlier. Another destroyer. Oh my goodness, the whole Royal Navy's out here, it seems. That one might be depth charging something. I think that's exactly what happened. These destroyers out here have encountered that pair of U-boats that we spotted down in grid AN27 or so. Let's shoot this off to BDU. Yeah, we kept hearing hydrophone contacts all around us. Hydrophone operator reported them as working ship propellers. It took me a while to deduce that they were in fact submerged U-boats. So we have two groups. This one is not using any flares or anything. We will move closer to investigate. We'll watch from a distance. There is not much I can do to really help against all of that firepower, though. That is a lot of warships. Quickly, I want to check my depth under keel. If it's really shallow, there's a good chance these U-boats are going to sink. Well, I'll keep tabs on the operation. 172 meters, that's a good amount of room to play around with. Checking the Uzo here once more. Again, more flares. That is a frigate. Yeah, this is a hornet's nest. And I really don't want to get involved with. Can't believe those two U-boats charged into this. Assuming it's still two of them. Let's change course. Try to break contact here. I'd love to help them, but that would be suicidal. We are going to drop down to 50 meters while I'm at it. See if we can actually hear anything going on out there. U-48 has submerged. We are dropping down, reduce speed. Nice and easy. Let's get an additional sailor assigned to Schutzer. Listening on the hydrophone, it's just tons of screws. Ship propellers, Corvette, yeah, they're detecting. There's a Type 7B out there. It may be that high-pitched chugging, possibly. They're saying it's 252. Yeah, passing 45 meters now, okay. My goodness. Wonder if there's going to be any depth charges. I'll keep listening for that. More propellers detected. So there are 8 vessels tracking this one Type 7. Well, we'll listen. We'll see if this Type 7 ends up breaking up and sinking. We'll be able to report that in if it does in fact happen. Whatever U-boat this is, they got themselves in just a horrible, horrible position. I do think this is the same group of corvettes and warships that we have come across a couple of times already in the North Sea. And this Type 7 U-boat just had some bad luck. Movement in the dark out there. Hydrophone contacts closing in. These are all the warships. What's way up here? Medium vessel, medium contact closing in. 8 vessels. Anyway, we are going to lay low, see what happens. We are hearing depth charges some distance away. We are going to attempt to close in just a little bit and get a look at these guys. Let's come up to periscope depth. And you know what, while I'm at it, secure from silent running. We'll try to do something here. Begin maintaining some of these torpedoes. Get a couple of them ready. Our mission is complete. We don't need these torpedoes. If it comes down to it, we can fire a spread into the formation of warships. Maybe disrupt them and help our friend out. This guy's just just sliding. Sorry about that, big guy. Anyone else? You, Weber. We don't really need you back there. There's ongoing work. Okay, begin maintaining another eel here. Get to work, guys. We are getting closer and closer. Let's have Wolfgang get onto the attack scope now. And take a look at what we're working with. Range to target. We'll probably fire nice and far. 3 kilometers most likely. Target speed, they can't be going very fast. 5 knots, angle on bow. Starboard, torpedo speed, switch to 30 so we have a good amount of range. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. Jeez, there's so many of them. You know, I feel like we gotta do something to help. They're zigzagging about. We are not going to hit much of anything, but come left a little bit.
1, 7, 8
I'll try to get a little closer. Torpedoes in the works here. I'm curious. Okay, they're working on the last eel. Okay, that's a river class. Zoomed in 4 Cineradiants, possibly. Let's bring up the recognition manual as well. So they are 6 kilometers away at the moment. We still have a little ways to go before we can effectively fire. We'll try to get a little bit closer. Let's adjust our course slightly.
1, 8,
Still
9
want to launch
Grad.
a full big spread here. Let's go to the TDC. This looks good enough for the time being. If we can get more information, then we will. Bow, launch mode, salvo, tubes 1 through 4, launch lever, bridge, attack scope, good. We'll hold off on flooding for the time being. This Black Swan class is closing. She is now 50, 60 away. So 60 over to 31.8. I actually do believe I may have been using the wrong chart here. 60, so they are much closer than anticipated. That's good. We're gonna wait until we can get a shot off on something that's worthwhile. I want that Black Swan to hopefully come back around.
2, 0, 6 Grad.
Let's see, she may be conducting a depth charge run. That very well may be possible. Come right just a little bit. I mean, there's all these corvettes back in here. They are not moving around a whole lot. This guy is just completely stationary. That may be a good target. Azdic. What's our speed? 3 knots.
Auf
For
Blaulicht
blue,
schalten.
silent running.
Schleichfahrt. Ruhe im Boot.
Okay. Let's flood 2. So 1 through 4. Flood. Torpedo speed 30 knots.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
2 meters. They all should be set to impact pistols.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Yes, all set to impact. Dispersion, let's reduce that a little bit. 5 degree spread. Come left. Actually,
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
belay that. Rudder midships.
Ruder mittschiffs.
Here we go. Right there. That guy. Angle on bow. Adjust it. Distance to target. 1.6. Speed. 3.2 knots. Angle on bow. 60 degrees starboard. Not that any of it matters. Let's increase our spread quite a bit. 6 degrees. Good enough for me. Tubes 1 through 4 los. Okay, out they go. Off in that direction. I'm not anticipating a hit, but maybe we'll break up this formation. Unfortunately, none of our torpedoes hit. Not entirely surprising. It was a desperation move to try to help our U-boat friend. However, I do feel that U-boat has been sunk. Or it got away, but I'm going with sunk here.
Bestätige.
Let's have you, Karl Heinz, get onto the hydrophone, please. Now, it was a desperation move. Surprised I didn't see any of the torpedo wakes. I guess it is nice and dark out. All right, do we hear a Type 7B U-boat? Destroyer, corvettes. Yeah. I think our U-boat friend is dead. Well, we were heading back, so I don't feel too bad firing off those eels. We'll move these torpedoes over whenever. Okay, ships detected. Type 7B has been detected nearby. We're also picking up some just random noises. I'm wondering if the sub is breaking up. That Type 7B might have escaped. Well, if they escaped, you know, we attempted to help. They'll find out about our failed attack in the nightclub if they happen to make it back. We are going to break patrol. We'll patrol up near Scapa Flow for a little bit. We have plenty of fuel, food, and torpedoes before heading back home to Wilhelmshaven. Well, now that I say that, let me actually check food supply. We haven't been at sea for very long, believe it or not. Oh yeah, we are stocked to the gills with food, which is good. Only been at sea for just over a week now, so the patrol really has just started. We have hit the surface and have proceeded on our course. We've just spotted a U-boat, 305 degrees. Let's take a look. 305. I again am not seeing a U-boat. And now they're saying 285. Oh, there she is. Hello. I bet that's our friend that managed to survive. I'm glad they are still alive out there. They have their navigation lights on. Well, fantastic. I'm glad they were not sunk. That's good. They got themselves in quite the pickle, assuming this is the same U-boat. But I think it probably is. U-48 is patrolling the North Sea, and we've picked up radio signals of a U-boat stalking a nearby convoy, hopefully. We are increasing speed and moving to intercept. We're in luck, folks. I think we actually found something. We are picking up a dozen propellers off the coast here. It's the middle of the night, 1:40. They are close. We burned a lot of fuel to get here, but here we are. Let's begin. Let's begin maintaining torpedoes. Start working on these guys. Both of you. We are going to surface the boat and continue the chase. All ahead standard. All ahead standard. No need to really rush this. They are right along the coast, unfortunately, which complicates things for us. The water is going to be rather shallow. Let's have one of you check our depth under keel. Depth under keel, please. Also, let's flip on the pump. Got a little bit of water build up in the control room.
10 Meter.
Excuse me? Okay, that's not our depth under keel. Someone's coming to do the echo sounder.
Herr Kaarel, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Okay, risen to the surface. 56 meters. Jeez, that is just nothing. And the weather's pretty good, which, not great. Wish it was foggy or raining. We'll probably do a surface attack here. We are starting to get nice and close to the convoy, and I'm starting to think it may be in our best interest to just submerge at this point. I think I'm going to do that. Down to periscope depth. I think we're close enough to make this happen. And, gosh, it's just so bright out. I am kind of concerned about being detected, so we will dive. Let's also keep maintaining these torpedoes, make sure that's ready to go. This clump of ships right here is what I am going to target. Let's start reducing speed and come right just a little bit. Wolfgang will get on the attack scope. You go to the command, Anthony. U-48 is submerged, and okay, that's not a good sign. Flares right as we submerged. Do not like that a whole lot. Let's look. I've identified this vessel. This one's our target here. Let's reduce speed. Even slower, please. Raise the scope up a bit so I can actually see. Work for silent running.
Schleichfahrt.
An Empire freighter right there. That's our target. Empire Tower. Recognize. Range the target. Set. Pretty far out there. An attack may not be feasible just yet. That Corvette's still chugging along. Increase speed. I'm not sure we'll be able to fire at this group, but there's a second group of freighters that looks pretty nice. Yeah, this group right here. That's what we can probably go for. I think we'll be able to close the gap. These flares are pretty distant. I'm thinking the other U-boat was detected. Can we actually hear him? You, get on the hydrophone. Let's see if we can even hear that other U-boat. We have an NA1 class vessel that is passing in front of us. We'll try to get her speed. It looks like she's moving pretty quickly, though. Some of these ships are moving rather slowly. Greatly complicating things. Let's adjust our course. Just a little bit. Also increase speed, I'll head flank. See if we can move in just a little bit. Let's check the torpedo situation. Not okay. We do hear a Type 7B 063 degrees. Maintain that torpedo.
Schiffe machen sich gefechtsbereit.
Keine Panik. Konzentriert euch auf
Rudder
eure
midships.
Aufgaben.
Okay, slow down.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Nice and easy. Stopwatch. Start. NA1.
Kommandant, wir wurden
Aztec.
befestigt geortet.
Lovely. That's fine. Length. 79. We'll fire off these torpedoes and... Okay, she's not moving very fast at all. 30 seconds? 35? Being pinged from multiple ships here. There's no way she's just moving 4 knots. That one's the target. I'll stop.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Radio transmission coming in. This vessel's really booking it.
Eingehendes Funktelegramm.
Herr Kaloin, wir wurden entdeckt.
Start.
Bleibt wachsam, aber keine Panik. Wir
Yeah,
machen
we'll
das schon.
handle this. We'll be fine, boys.
4 gewartet.
Tube force maintained. Good. This one's moving a lot faster. This is just... This is not a good... I could just fire a salvo. Stop. 16 seconds. So she's moving 9 knots still.
Kommandant,
This thing...
wir wurden von Estig geortet.
Does not start. Empire Tower. $112. Probably 30 some odd seconds. We'll shoot a salvo, I think. Aztecs. Slow but steady. Stop. 35. .4. Okay, I can do that. Angle on bow, 87. Torpedo speed, 44 knots, 6.4. Okay, set. Distance to target, 3.5. Good. Quickly check. Attack scope, bow. Launch mode, single torpedoes. Everything's set. Bring up the fire control panel. Flood tube
Rohr
1.
1 bewässern.
Yeah, tube 1.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los.
Kommandant,
Flood
wir
tube
wurden
2.
von Estig geortet. Los. Rohr 2 bewässern.
Tube 2. Flooded.
Rohr 2
Tube 2.
bewässert.
Los.
Los.
Tube 3
Rohr
flood.
3 bewässern.
We're just firing a spread here. Tube 3 flooded. Tube 3.
Rohr 3 bewässert.
Los.
Los.
Hard to port. Where's that warship? Yep. Come left. Lock onto it. Corvette. Start moving.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Distance to target. 600 meters. Torpedo speed 44. Flood
Rohr 4
tube 4.
bewässern.
Angle on bow. 0.
Rohr 4 bewässert. Der
Get ready to
Torpedo
steady
ist
up.
auf halbem Weg.
We'll see if any of those torpedoes manage to hit. We're going for a down-the-throat shot against this Corvette. Start steadying up.
40 Sekunden bis
40 seconds of
Torpedo
impact.
Einschlag.
Rudder
Ruder
midships.
Midschiffs. Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
Yeah.
30 Sekunden.
Come on, boys.
40 Sekunden bis
Right rudder.
Torpedo-Einschlag. Ruder
Steady up.
15 Grad.
Kommandant, wir wurden
Steuerbord.
von Estig geortet.
Ruder
Steady up.
Midschiffs.
Beautiful.
30 Sekunden. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag. Ruder Midschiffs. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. 30 Sekunden. Ruder Midschiffs.
Good. Unlock.
Fehlschuss.
Flooded.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Speed
20
44.
Sekunden.
Tube 4.
Rudergänger.
Come right.
Steuerbord. Fehlschuss.
Tube 4. Los.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Los.
30 Sekunden.
Hard to starboard.
Los. Ruder hat.
all ahead flank.
Fehlschuss.
Deep.
20.
Down we go. Have fun with that, buddy. We just got reports. We hit something out there. We did not hit the Corvette. The torpedo was a freaking dud. Great. I'm hearing more torpedo impacts topside. Okay, Otto, go to the command station. It's time to escape. All ahead flank. We need to go for deeper water. It is too shallow here. So, come left a bit. Where is that Corvette? I'm hoping we actually hit the Empire Tower. I heard 2 torpedo impacts. Okay, I want additional crewmen pretty much everywhere and anywhere. Depth charges some distance away. Great. Keep running for the time being. Ah, that sucks. Our down to throw shot was a dud. That would have been glorious if it hit. But it happens. Bad angle. Fully depleted. Okay, we're gonna get out of here just fine. It already feels like it's quite a bit deeper. Depth under keel, please, boys. We're fine. 16 meters. Yeah, nice and deep. Nice and deep. Let's see this. Okay, this ship is seriously damaged. Hydrophone operator, I need a good idea of where our warship friend is. Come right.
6, 9.
The Corvette, 152, 158. Yeah, come right a little bit. We want to be on a perpendicular course. Okay, that ship is sinking. There's a warship slowly closing in. We're trying to keep away from it and on a perpendicular course. So that way their depth charges will not land directly on top of us. We don't want to give them a perfect setup here. We want to try to evacuate the area and head north. Corvette is passing aft of us, dropping depth charges. U-48 is attempting to run away, just very desperately here. Good news is, the water should be nice and disturbed. We've managed to put some distance between us and the destroyer. We're gonna slow down a little bit. What I want to do is slowly but surely swing to starboard, come around, and keep just heading to the north to get the heck out of here. They're marking down how many depth charges have been dropped. They've dropped a good amount of depth charges on us, haven't they? They're not going to be able to hear much, so let's increase speed all ahead flank. The water's nice and disturbed thanks to those depth charges. Let's move flank for just a little bit. We could just return back to port, couldn't we? That's not something I want to do. Start timing. We are going to run at flank speed for 30 seconds. Keep swinging around. Let's see. I wish our hydrophone operator was able to... Okay, we're starting to pick up different propeller noises. Good. No more ASDIC. All right. Corvette 171.
Feindliche Schiffe machen sich
Okay.
gerichtsbereit.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Right after that 30-second mark. Good. We are going to keep just lurking away at this point. Everything's off that needs to be off. Let's close all the bulkheads just in case we get hit. I'm here just walking around the boat. We actually just got a radio message that came in, which is rather peculiar. It was interrupted, though, due to a weak signal. Not surprising. Okay, Wolfgang. Let's go into the control room. Hang out in here. A little crowded in here, isn't it? We're just going to continue to hang out at 50 meters. We haven't been pinged since that first depth charge pass. I think we might be giving them the slip. That Corvette, the one that's a problem, is right over here. As a matter of fact, you know what? Rudder amidships here.
Ruder mitschiffs.
Our profile's nice and narrow. Hopefully, they'll have trouble picking us up on ASDIC. They should be having trouble anyway with the shallow waters here. We'll just keep slowly getting out of here. It seems like only one warship's tracking us. We do hear distant depth charges every once in a while. I think the other U-boat is being hit as well. We hear her off to 255 degrees. And she's somewhere out there. The pinging has commenced once more. The Corvette that is pinging us, I believe, is pretty much right behind us. Got coasters right behind us. This Corvette off to 204, I think, might be the one closing in. See if they get much louder. If they do, we will change course rapidly and try to get the heck out of here. Evade those incoming depth charges directly above us. Depth charges, very close. All right, all ahead, flank. Right full rudder. Here we go. Okay, I want to steady up on 066 degrees. Okay, 2 more. It's just a little flower class, so they can't have too many depth charges. She is close. Continuing to change course here. Being pinged by Aztec. Shocker. I think we're on a perpendicular course with that depth charge run. Rudder midships here. Slow up. Slow up. There we go. Maintain this course for a little bit. And actually, hard to starboard. Just loop back around. Go right through their wake. Slowly, though. Nice and slowly. I think we're going to get out of this just fine, folks. We were being pinged. Depth charges are being dropped some distance away, though. This guy is having a little moment. The crew is getting a little stressed out. We're still making our escape to the north. It's 3:30 in the morning now. We have a little bit of water build up in the control room. I'm not going to pump that out yet, of course. That's going to make a whole lot of noise. We're just going to stick to silent running for the time being. No damage so far. I just dropped depth charges. I could sprint, but we're not going to. We're just going to keep just crawling along 3 knots, moving away. This right here is our Corvette friend. High speed. This is the one that's been just kind of patrolling behind us, dropping depth charges every once in a while. And then we keep hearing depth charges really far away. The Type 7B, still alive. So there we go. That's good news. Happy for them. We are putting more and more distance between us and the convoy. We haven't been pinged in quite some time. We are going to head back home to Wilhelmshaven once we have disengaged. Slowly but surely making our way out of here. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Air quality 72%. The crew's, you know, at 50% stress. We're okay though. We can actually open the bulkheads since I keep opening and closing them. Crew's having a little bit of difficulty with that. Depth under keel, I'm curious. Let's quickly check. See how deep it is here. Shouldn't be too bad. 35 meters. Oh, we've escaped with this, so I'm feeling good. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. The alarm has been canceled. And I think we are free. Let's come up to periscope depth, please. And take a look. I would also like you, come here. Ventilation system. Let's open that up. Don't have any air purifiers. That's not good. Okay. Turn that off. That's too loud. Turn it off. All right, come up to PD. We're already there. Wolfgang, go to the attack scope and take a look. Ready for observations. Good. Scopes up. Sunlight. We managed to actually see another sunrise. There we go. There is smoke out there. 100. Other than that, coast looks relatively clear. Keep rising. Bringing the scope up. 205. Okay. Crew's not doing a good job at maintaining depth here. Not going to be too angry with them. They just experienced a 2-hour-long depth charging. Yep, coast is clear. Surface.
Tanks anblasen.
Secure from silent running. Stop direct orders. Dive planes electrics. That's fine. Normal lighting. All right. And to Wilhelmshaven, we will sail. Well, folks, we are here at long last. We have arrived at home port. They are impressed by my last patrol. Let's see. Kaarel got a U-boat war badge. Nice. And this guy, Kurt, is working his way towards the German Cross and Gold. And Otto Wolfgang's getting close to the Knight's Cross. The tonnage war mission is... oof, almost complete. One more patrol ought to do it. We destroyed a ship over here. Empire Voice was sunk. Well, we did a good number, and then finally the Empire Derwent was sunk down there. That is 4 ships in total. We also have an additional engineer, which is great. Continue on. Everybody leveled up as well. Let's see any orders from Admiralty. Let's see any orders. I'd like to look. More patrols. These are all working towards the tonnage war. Do we get the ace skill if we do this? For any of them. Medium number of vessels, small. Yeah, we're gonna go here. Select. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.